Hey students, welcome to BBA Simplified by Dr. Vinki Sharma. Continuing with our team building and leadership marathon class, today we will begin with Unit 3, that is on leadership. It is the second part of the course Team Building and Leadership, in fact. In this unit, we will understand that leadership truly means explore the major concepts behind it, clear the common myths related to the leadership, and also analyze the essential components and skills that make someone an effective leader. So, we say that leadership actually plays a crucial role in every organization, whether it is a business, a school, a hospital, a government department, or even a student committee. A leader actually is the person who guides the team, who would motivate the members, who makes the important decisions, and the one who ensures that the goals are achieved smoothly. It is not limited to top managers. So, team leader, projects head, class representative, teachers, and even the students, they can show their leadership qualities, right? Because we say that it is a quality that provide direction, that would build the trust and also inspire the people to perform at their best. So in this unit we will actually going to explore that what leadership is, its essential components, the different concepts of leadership, and also how strong leadership contributes to building the high performance teams. Starting with meaning of leadership, we say that leadership refers to the ability to influence, guide, and motivate the individuals or teams in an order to achieve the organizational goals. So we see that it involves directing people with clarity, confidence, and a purpose. There are certain key elements that are involved into leadership, like influence, which means the ability to shape the attitude and behavior of others. Next is the vision. There has to be a clear idea of where the team should go. Motivation. A leader should be able to inspire people to perform their best. Next is decision making. We say that a leader should be able to choose the right action also at the right time. And then responsibility, which means he should be taking the ownership of the team's outcome. So we see that a leader is not just a manager. A manager is the one who maintains the system, but when we talk about leader, he is the one who inspires the change, growth, as well as progress. So, for example, if we talk about Mahatma Gandhi or Nelson Mandela, maybe Ratan Tata or Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, they are all known for their leaderships. Why? Because they influenced millions through their vision as well as their actions. Coming on to the concept of leadership, we understand that leadership is studied through various conceptual views. Different theories they explain that how actually the leadership works. For example, first is the trait concept. This concept says that leaders are born and not made. So it focuses on the traits like confidence, intelligence, and charisma. Although this theory is limited, it also introduced the idea of leadership characteristics. The second concept that we talk about in leadership is the behavioral concept. Here, the leadership is based on the actions and behavior and not the personality. So, it says that anyone can become a leader by learning the good behavior. And what does this good behavior include? Like communication, planning, motivation, or motivating others. Another concept is situational concept. So according to this concept, leadership depends on the situation. A leader must adjust their style based on the team maturity, urgency, or the environment. Whatever the situation comes, the leadership must be able to adjust its style accordingly. Next is the transformational concept, where we say that here the leaders they inspire and emotionally uplift its followers. So what they are doing is they actually into they promote the innovation, creativity, and the long term growth. For example, we can take here is of Steve Jobs and maybe Sundar Pichai also. Next is the transactional concept. Transactional leadership is based on rewards and punishments. So if employees perform well, then they are rewarded, and if not, then there are consequences to it. So understanding these concepts help us appreciate that leadership is actually something which is flexible, diverse, and not restricted to one single definition. There are many wrong beliefs or myths surrounding the leadership. So, these myths often stop people from believing they can become the leaders. So, let's clear some of the most common myths about leadership. The first myth is that leaders are born and not made. In reality, we say that leadership can be learned through experience, training, as well as practice. Myth 2 is leadership means power and control. True leadership is actually about responsibility, influence, and service, and not the domination. The third myth is that only extroverts can make good leaders. Introverts can actually be excellent leaders because they listen deeply and they think carefully of what is to be done. So their visions are more clear as compared to the extroverts. Myth 4 states that leaders must have all the answers. So they must know everything. Leaders, they collaborate, they ask the questions, and they depend on their team members. So unless they are able to collaborate with the team members, they would not be able to take any decision. The fifth myth is that leadership is equals to the position or any designation. No, leadership is not about the title, it is about the action and its impact. So these myths, they prevent people from exploring the leadership qualities, but once we dispel them, anyone can work towards becoming an effective leader. Now let's see that what are the importance of understanding these leadership myths. Why do we need to understand them? Because when we understand them, then we are also able to correct these leadership myths. So we say that it is important for both individuals as well as for organization. So when we break these myths, what happens that more people feel confident to step into the leadership roles. So it helps in removing the false beliefs and encouraging more people to take the leadership roles. Team becomes more collaborative. The organizations, they encourage the skill development. Employees also understand that leadership is achievable, and a positive and open work culture is built. So, for example, in many companies today, we see that leadership roles are based on what? They are based on skills, results, and the collaboration. And it is not dependent on the age of a person, position, or the experience alone. So, by understanding the truth behind the leadership, we become more open to learning, we improve, and we take the responsibility. And this further allows the future managers and the professionals like you, maybe, to grow into strong, effective leaders. Coming on to the components of leadership, we say that it is not defined by one single quality. It is a combination of different components that together determine how effective a leader is. So these components will help us understand that how the leaders influence their teams and how they make decisions, and also how do they achieve their organizational goals. So the main components are vision, communication, motivation, integrity, emotional intelligence, decision making, and accountability. In the next few slides, we will explore each of these in detail to understand that how they shape a strong and successful leadership. So let's begin with that. The first one is the vision. This is one of the most essential component of leadership. A leader with a vision is able to see the bigger picture, to imagine the future, and also to guide the team towards the long term goals. So, a leader with strong vision would know that how the long term goals are set, is able to create a roadmap on which they will proceed further. He is able to inspire its followers to bring innovation and new ideas, help the team stay focused during the challenges, right? For example, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam's vision of a developed India has inspired millions. Similarly, Steve Jobs, his vision has transformed Apple into a global technology leader. So we here see that a leader without a vision is like a traveler without a destination. He's moving, but he's not progressing towards any meaningful goal. The next component is communication. It is, of course, a crucial leadership component. Why? Because leaders, they must connect with people effectively. When we talk about communication, it is said that good communication ensures that the team understands the expectations, responsibilities, as well as the objectives. So, effective communication includes shared ideas clearly, listening actively, providing constructive feedback, maintaining the transparency, motivating the teams through their words. So, here we can say that a leader with strong communication skills builds trust and also reduces the misunderstanding. He is able to communicate his own expectations and in return inspire the confidence of its team members. For example, we see that maybe a project leader who clearly explains the deadlines, roles, and the expectations. That leader would ensure that smooth streamwork and he would avoid any sort of confusion. Ultimately, we are able to understand here is that communication is not just talking, it involves listening, observing, as well as understanding. The next component in the list is motivation. It is said that it is the ability of a leader to inspire and energize its team, because we can always see that a team that is more motivated is always enthusiastic, committed, and willing to perform at high levels. So we see that leaders, they motivated by recognizing the good performance, encouraging the participation, setting the meaningful goals, providing growth opportunities, building a positive work environment, and supporting the team members during the difficult times. So, motivated team always shows higher productivity. For example, when a manager he appreciates any of the employees' hard work or gives them new responsibilities, it is going to boost their confidence and also to improve their productivity. So we can say here is that leaders who motivate, they create the teams that stay focused even during the challenging times. Next component is integrity. What does it mean? It means honesty, ethical behavior, and consistency between a leader's words as well as its actions. So it is the foundation of trust basically. A leader with integrity is able to keep his promises, to follow the ethical practices. He makes fair decisions, accepts all the responsibilities for any of the action performed by him, and also treats the team members with respect. So when leaders demonstrate integrity, then team members feel safe, valued, and committed. Like when we see Ratan Tata, he's admired worldwide for his integrity, fairness, and ethical decision making. So ultimately, we can understand here is that integrity is what makes people follow a leader, and not by force but by respect. Another component is emotional intelligence, or we also call it as EI. It is the ability to understand and manage one's own emotions as well as of the others. So this is one of the most important component of modern leadership, I would say. This includes self awareness, which means managing your own reactions, empathy, that is understanding others' feelings, motivation, which is staying positive and focused. It also talks about social skills, which is building the strong relationship with the people. So, a leader with high EI, he can handle the conflicts calmly, build strong rapport, and is able to create a positive team environment. Taking an example here, we can say that a team member might be stressed, maybe due to any of his own personal issues. But a leader with high EI, he would listen empathetically and will also provide the support, helping the team member to feel valued. So, this emotional intelligent leader will be able to create the harmony, trust, as well as the teamwork. The next component is decision making. It is again one of the most crucial responsibility of any of the leader, because every decision a leader makes is going to create an impact on the entire team performance, workflow, as well as the organizational outcome, whether the decision is big or small. So, a good leader, he does not make the decisions randomly, but they follow a balanced, analytical, and practical approaches. So, we can say that a good decision maker or any effective decision maker will first gather the relevant information, would analyze the possible alternative, will evaluate all the risks and benefits involved, then make the decisions confidently, and then will also take the responsibility for the outcomes. Also, will learn from the past experiences or the outcomes that were generated. For example, during a project crisis, we see that a team leader decides to reassign the task to match the team members' strength. So, this quick and thoughtful decision will help to complete the project on time. Therefore, we can say that good decision making builds trust as well as keeps the team moving forward. Another component is accountability. This means taking the responsibility for their actions and the outcomes also. So, these decisions, actions, and the result produced by the team are also something that is taken in account here. It is one of the strongest sign of a leadership maturity. So, we can say that a leader who practices the accountability is able to accept all the mistakes without blaming the others, ensures that the tasks are completed as promised. They set the clear expectation, they build the trust and credibility. There is a transparency, reliability, as well as they encourage a culture of ownership in the team. So, when a leader shows accountability, then team members also become more responsible. Example, let's say that during the workflow, a project fails. Then an accountable leader would say that the team and I take the responsibility and we will learn and improve instead of blaming the team itself. So we can understand here that accountability turns a normal team into a disciplined, reliable, and high performing team. Now let's understand what are leadership skills. To lead effectively, every leader must develop some basic leadership skills. These skills help a leader to communicate better, manage people, and handle everyday challenges. So, we'll be talking about some of the basic leadership skills that include communication, sharing ideas clearly, active listening, right, and others. So, we say that when we talk about these leadership skills, we require a mix of various components. Like he needs to have basic leadership skills, which include time management, problem solving, delegation, conflict resolution. So, these are the basic leadership skill. Then he also need to have the technical competencies, some advanced leadership skills. So, a mix of all these together help a leader manage the teams effectively. Let's start understanding that what are the basic leadership skills. Basic skills needed by a leader include communication, wherein he shares all the ideas clearly with its team member. He is the one who listens actively by understanding what the team needs, is able to manage the time by prioritizing and scheduling all the tasks to be performed, is a good problem solver, so he is able to find the practical solutions, believes in delegation, which means he assigns the tasks wisely depending on the specialities of the team members, is able to resolve the conflict by handling all the disagreements very peacefully, and is also a believes in team coordination by ensuring that everyone works together smoothly. So, again, for example, there's a leader who listens actively and also delegates the task based on the skills. He will be the one who will always create a more productive as well as a motivated team. So, these basic skills act as the foundation for the advanced leadership capabilities that we'll be discussing in the coming slides. Before that, let's first understand that what are the technical competencies. These refers to a leader's ability to understand the technical aspect of their fields. So the leaders, they do not need to be expert in everything, but they must know enough to guide the team effectively. We'll be talking about the importance of technical competencies and understand that why it matters, because it helps building the credibility of the leader, because he can make the informed decision. It builds credibility as well as trust. It helps guide the team members and improve their problem solving ability. It also helps in improving the decision makings. It will enable better mentoring and the guidance of the team members, and will ultimately gain the respect from the team members. For example, a marketing team leader, he should always understand the digital marketing tools. Right. Similarly, a finance leader must understand the accounting. A tech leader must understand the programming basics. So this knowledge allows them to lead with confidence. These technical competencies, they make a leader reliable as well as capable of handling the complex challenges. Let's now understand what are the ways of building these technical competencies. Because we say that these technical competencies, they can be improved gradually through continuous learning. So we can here understand that a leader should constantly update themselves to stay relevant in a fast changing environment. So what could be those ways? By attending various training programs and workshops, earning certificates in the fields, learning new softwares or tools through various workshops, reading industry reports and research through hands on experiences, learning from the experts or the senior people around him, participating in professional communication, and also staying updated with the trends. Like leaders in the IT sector, we see that they need to regularly learn new programming tools, security updates, as well as emerging technologies. So a leader who keeps learning, he always becomes an asset to the organization. Now coming on to understanding that what are advanced leadership skills. We have already understood the basic leadership skills, but then there are some beyond those basic skills, there are some advanced leadership skills also, which help them to handle the bigger responsibility as well as complex organizational challenges. So these advanced skills, they help leaders to think strategically, which is seeing the bigger picture. They do work on change management, wherein they are able to handle the organizational changes, that too in a smooth manner. Into innovation management, where they encourage the creativity and new ideas through various techniques, are able to negotiate by achieving the win-win outcomes. Coaching and mentoring is also one of the aspect under advanced leadership, which helps the team members to grow. And finally, the crisis management, wherein they are able to handle the unexpected situations in a calm manner. So these advanced skills, they are essential for leaders at higher management levels and also for those handling large teams or mission critical projects. In the next session, we will now explore the advanced leadership skills and how they contribute to creating the high performance teams. So now let's understand that what are high performance teams. They are not created overnight. This is the first thing that you need to understand. They are built through consistent leadership, trust, communication, and the shared visions. They are built through these high performance teams. They achieve exceptional results, adapt quickly, and support each other. A leader here, he plays a very crucial role in building and maintaining such teams. There are certain elements of high performance teams that we need to understand. Understanding these elements will then help the leaders to create a strong and productive work environment. So first is the shared goals, which means that everyone knows that what they are working towards. Then is trust among the members. Members, they rely on each other without any fear, so they do share the any innovative or creative idea with each other. Then is strong communication or open communication, where ideas and feedbacks, they flow very freely. Then there is mutual accountability. Everyone feel accountable here and responsible for each other's action. Their roles are clearly defined, so they are able to work in a right direction. It also depends on the innovative culture, where the innovations are made and creative thinking is always appreciated. Positive work environment is another element of high performing teams, because they always want to stay positive and to have a positive attitude towards their outcomes. And they also look at the strong leadership support. There, the leaders, they guide, they support, and they motivate their team members. So for example, if we talk about a hospital emergency team, it is a perfect example of a high performance teams, because each member, they know their roles, they trust each other, and they also communicate instantly. Now let's understand what are the strategies of building a high performance team. Here, we say that leaders must actively implement these strategies so that they are able to build and sustain the high performance teams. So, what they are supposed to do, they are supposed to set the clear expectation where everyone must know that what, why, and how they are performing. To promote the open communication, wherein they encourage the honest discussion among each other. They encourage the collaboration by creating the opportunities for the teamwork, provide skill development by training and strengthening the team members, to give the regular feedback that helps correct the mistakes early of the team members, to recognize the achievements, which is appreciating the team members if they are doing well, that ultimately boosts the morals, to build the team spirit, and to resolve the conflicts quickly so that they can prevent the misunderstanding. Like there is a tech company like Google, they use brainstorming sessions, skill training, and reward system. Why? So that they can maintain the high performance teams. There are some benefits of high performance teams. We see that if the teams are called as high performing team, where they had various elements of it, then definitely they will be able to have higher productivity, their decision making would be faster. Because of this stronger collaboration, they will all work together. The creativity will always be better because of the free flow of communication and the ideas. Higher employee satisfaction, because here each and every employee feel valued. And improved organizational performance, because ultimately if they are all satisfied and working on the innovative and creative ideas, then ultimately the overall organizational performance would improve. Having understood everything, now let's quickly summarize that whatever we have learned in this unit. The first thing that we understood was the meaning and concept of leadership. We understood that it is leadership is influence, guidance, and motivation. We studied the trait, behavioral, situational, transformational, and transactional concepts. We did understood and the myths about the leadership, where we debunked the common myths such as leaders are born and leadership is about power, which is exactly not true. Then we had understood various components of leadership like vision, communication, motivation, integrity, EI, decision making, and accountability. Then we have talked about the leadership skills, the basic skills, technical skills, and the advanced leadership skills. And then finally, we've talked about the high performance teams, wherein we explored their characteristics, elements, and the strategies to build the high performing teams. So, understanding these principles will help you become an effective leader, someone who can communicate well, motivate the team, handles challenges, and drive higher performance. Now let's have a look on the important exam questions. These short questions generally seen are define leadership, what are leadership means, explain technical competency, and what is EI. And under long question, the questions asked are explain component of leadership, discuss basic and advanced leadership skills, what are high performance teams and explain their elements, and finally explain concepts and myths about the leadership. Thank you so much for learning with BBA Simplified by Dr. Vinki Sharma. In the next video, we will be talking about the fourth unit, that is personality. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe for more marathon classes. Thank you so much for watching.